From Tommy's charm to Elizabeth's grace, Nicholas's innocence, and the steady guidance of Tom Bradford, 8 is Enough, left behind a legacy of warmth and family. Dick Van Patten passed away in 2015 at the age of 86. He is fondly remembered as the heart of 8 is Enough, and a television dad whose legacy. Van Patten's natural charm and comedic timing made him the ideal TV dad, striking a balance between authority and compassion. He was the glue that held humor and relatability. At 49 years old when the series began in 1977, he portrayed a newspaper columnist trying to raise 8 children while navigating culture icon, reprising his role decades later in the hit series Cobra Kai. Alongside acting, he has also worked as a director and producer, maintaining a strong presence in the recurring role. His time on the series served as an early showcase for the charisma and screen presence that would later make him a household name in the 1980s with The Karate Kid. Her role on the series continues to be cherished as part of television history, with her legacy tied to one of the most iconic family dramas of the era. Ralph Macchio joined 8 is Enough was marked by both opportunities and personal challenges. While she made appearances in television and film throughout the late 70s and early 80s, she eventually stepped away. 8 is Enough. Susan's character was known for her caring nature and reliability, often bridging the gap between the younger and older siblings. She embodied the everyday struggle. While she no longer pursues a career in front of the camera, Laurie remains remembered by fans as Joni Bradford, whose warmth and thoughtfulness enriched the series and solidified themselves in her struggles to find her place in the world while remaining connected to her family. Laurie's gentle presence and understated performances made Joni a memorable character, artistic, and thoughtful, often adding sensitivity and balance to the busy Bradford household. Although Laurie was older than many of her on-screen siblings, she convinced. After 8 is Enough, Lonnie O'Grady stepped back from acting, working as a talent agent, before eventually leaving Hollywood altogether. Though she had talent and charisma, the pressures of often dealt with storylines that reflected real-life struggles young women faced during the late 1970s, giving the show a relatable edge. Fans appreciated her sincerity, his work. He has remained active in the industry, appreciated for his professionalism and versatility. To fans, however, he will always be best remembered as 73 years old. Grant Goodeve has enjoyed a long and successful career in entertainment. After 8 is Enough, he starred in popular television shows such as Dynasty, the eldest of the 8 children in 8 is Enough. As the big brother, David often carried the responsibility of guiding his younger siblings while also navigating his own journey into adulthood. Pursues Hollywood fame, Diane is warmly remembered by fans of the series as Nancy Bradford, the stylish and self-assured eldest daughter. Her portrayal remains a highlight of her personality. Nancy became a fan favorite, especially among viewers who admired her mix of glamour and relatability. Diane brought both strength and Diane Kay portrayed Nancy Bradford, the beautiful, fashionable, and often headstrong older sister in 8 is Enough. As one of the eldest daughters, Nancy's character of the joy, innocence, and wonder that children bring to family life. Adam Rich's life after 8 is Enough reflected both the pressures of early hearted innocence and touching moments to the series, making him one of the most memorable characters. His mischievous yet lovable personality won the hearts of audiences as a dance instructor, passing on her love of performance to younger generations. She also became admired for her strength after publicly sharing her battle with ovarian cancer, depth to the role, and making Elizabeth one of the most beloved Bradford children. Now 66 years old, Connie Needham has largely stepped away from Hollywood, choosing idol status during the show's run. Her portrayal allowed audiences to see the emotional growth of a young girl maturing into adulthood within the family's ever-busy household, which inspired many fans. Today, Connie Needham remains remembered warmly as Elizabeth Bradford, a gentle presence in one of television's most iconic families. At just 9 years old, Adam Rich became the breakout star of 8 is Enough as Nicholas Bradford, the youngest son in the family, and his enduring connection to fans. While he appeared in several television shows and movies throughout the late 70s and 80s, he eventually stepped away from Hollywood. Sadly, often represented the struggles of young adulthood, from pursuing independence to dealing with relationships and responsibilities, with her blonde hair, striking screen presence, and vulnerability to the role, making Nancy more than just a pretty face. She embodied the balance of being a young woman still finding her way, while also serving as a role model for her. He was portrayed as dependable, kind-hearted, and occasionally rebellious, making him relatable to audiences. Grant's good looks and natural charm made him one of the younger siblings within the Bradford household. Now 71 years old, Diane Kay largely stepped away from acting after her run on 8 is Enough and subsequent roles in the late song. As the eldest Bradford, David embodied maturity, responsibility, and the transition into adulthood in the context of a large, loving family. Now the show, ensuring her place in the legacy of one of television's most beloved family dramas. At 25 years old, Grant Goodeve stepped into the role of David Bradford and strong-willed older sisters on 8 is Enough. Mary's character was intelligent, dependable, and often portrayed as the moral compass among her siblings, balancing the chaos of a large household with maturity. Lonnie brought a steady presence to the role, allowing viewers to connect with Mary's combination of seriousness and warmth. And the way she guided her younger siblings. As part of the core ensemble, Lonnie helped shape the show's family dynamic, earning admiration from both audiences and critics. Married to life on screen. At 30 years old, Lori Walters took on the role of Joni Bradford, one of the eldest daughters in Eight is Enough. Joni was portrayed as remembered warmly by fans for her role as Mary Bradford. Her performance continues to resonate as a reminder of her strength, presence, and the impact she had during the years she brought in and built a fulfilling life outside of Hollywood. After Eight is Enough, she appeared in television guest roles and theater productions, but eventually shifted her focus toward fame and personal struggles impacted her later years. Sadly, Lonnie passed away in 2001 at the age of 46. Despite her untimely death, she's style made her relatable to audiences who saw their own family dynamics mirrored in the Bradfords. Though not always the center of attention, her consistent presence helped solidify from acting. Susan faced health and financial difficulties in later years, yet she has remained connected to fans who fondly remember her as Susan Bradford. Despite the struggles, Macchio brought youthful energy and emotional depth to the role, portraying a character who was both vulnerable and searching for belonging. Jeremy's storylines often focused on his challenges of single parenthood. His character embodied patience and wisdom, guiding the Bradford children through life's ups and downs with a gentle hand and a kind heart. We pay tribute to Dick Van Patten, the beloved actor who brought Tom Bradford to life. As the widowed father Tom Bradford, Dick Van Patten anchored Eight is Enough with warmth. Patten remained a familiar face in Hollywood, appearing in numerous films, sitcoms, and commercials. His warm personality made him a sought-after guest star, and he became especially